something very strange is happening. While most people go about their routines as if everything were normal, the global elite have already begun to hide. Billionaires are building luxury underground bunkers, strategically located far from major urban centers. But the big question is, what do they know that we don't? What is coming that justifies this level of preparation? And more importantly, why is no one talking openly about it? History has already shown us that when those at the top start acting in secret, it is because something big is about to happen. Climate change is out of control. The risks of a global war increase daily, and events like Cyber Polygon warn of possible digital collapses that could plunge the world into chaos. What if all of this is connected? What if we are approaching a point of no return and only the most prepared will survive? If you think this is a conspiracy theory, think again. The facts are there, and ignoring them could be the biggest mistake you make. But don't worry, there is a way out. In this video, you will understand why the powerful are acting now, what is really happening behind the scenes, and most importantly, what you can do to avoid being caught off guard. Are you ready to discover the truth that no one wants you to know? The planet is showing signs, and they are not subtle. The Sahara Desert, known for its scorching heat and endless dunes, was covered by a layer of snow. Yes, snow in the desert. As if that weren't enough, torrential rains have flooded arid regions, transforming the landscape into something that looks like it came out of a science fiction movie. But it's not fiction. It's reality showing that the climate is becoming increasingly unpredictable. And if nature, which has always been governed by well-defined cycles, is like this, what does it say about the future of humanity? These events are not just meteorological curiosities to discuss with friends. They represent something much bigger, a sign that something is out of place. The accelerated melting of polar ice caps, unbearable heat waves, increasingly destructive storms. All of this is interconnected. And the scariest part? The consequences may be irreversible. Think about coastal cities, for example. If the oceans continue rising at the current rate, iconic places like Rio de Janeiro, Venice, and New York could be submerged within a few decades. But why is this happening? Humans have been playing God, altering ecosystems, deforesting uncontrollably, and dumping tons of pollutants into the atmosphere. The planet is reacting, and in increasingly drastic ways. What was once rare, like snow in the Sahara, is becoming part of the new climate reality. What comes next? Tsunamis in unexpected places? Cyclones in areas that were once immune? Those who are paying attention have already noticed. Change is not coming, it has already begun. And some powerful people seem to have anticipated it. While the world continues its course, a select group of billionaires is doing something curious. Building ultramodern bunkers, true underground fortresses, equipped with everything necessary to survive a global collapse scenario. Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, and other magnates are investing millions in hideouts that seem straight out of a science fiction movie. But the question remains, what do they know that we don't? Because, let's be honest, no one spends that kind of fortune without a well-founded reason. These bunkers are not just improvised shelters. They are true survival complexes. Some have air purification systems, autonomous energy generators, greenhouses for growing food, and even leisure areas like cinemas and gyms. All of this is designed to ensure that their occupants can live comfortably while chaos reigns outside. The most intriguing detail? Many of these bunkers are being built in isolated locations, far from major urban centers, reinforcing the idea that there is preparation for something big and imminent. But if these billionaires, who are always ahead of trends and have access to privileged information, are taking such drastic measures, what does this mean for the rest of us? The idea that the world may be on the brink of a catastrophic event no longer seems so absurd. If the wealthiest are securing a plan B, how should ordinary citizens act? Some are already seeking alternatives, studying ways of self-preservation and security. But what exactly is motivating this race for underground shelters? The frantic construction of bunkers by the global elite is not just a whim or an exotic hobby for those with excess money. There is something deeper behind this movement, something that has not yet been explicitly stated. Some experts suggest that these billionaires fear a new pandemic, even more devastating than COVID-19. Others talk about nuclear war, a real possibility given the growing geopolitical tensions. There are also those who warn of the risk of a global cyber collapse, where a hacker attack could disable essential systems, from power grids to food distribution. A chilling example of this fear is the event called Cyber Polygon, a simulation conducted by major financial and technological institutions that predicts a massive digital attack on the world. The idea that the internet could be shut down within minutes, causing widespread chaos, is no longer just a movie script. Imagine hospitals without access to data, banking transactions halted, supply chains paralyzed. Not to mention the possibility of blackouts lasting months. If this scenario sounds terrifying to us, for billionaires, it is a threat they are already preparing for.